Welcome back to the Crypto World channel, everyone. My name is Josh, and with the recent Bitcoin flash crash, we have found huge support along the exact golden pocket as mentioned in my last videos. In this video, I'm going to be going over some other important levels to pay attention to right now. I will also be discussing whether this pullback is just about finished or if we're about to start a larger correction. Because right now on the daily chart, there is a giant warning signal flashing, and as well towards the end of this video, I'll be covering the consumer price index, which is very important for not just Bitcoin holders, but all investors to pay attention to. Because right now, according to the CPI, inflation is at the highest level it's been at in 4 decades. So definitely make sure you're watching this video all the way to the end so that you're not missing out on any of this important information. And just before we jump into it, make sure to drop a like on the video down below. And if you're new to the channel, you might as well subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. But anyway, with all of that out of the way, let's get straight to what this video is about. So right here, we're on the Bitcoin US dollar chart on the 4-hour time frame. And in my last 2 videos on the channel, I included Bitcoin analysis in both of those videos that I uploaded yesterday, and I was going over some important levels of support to the downside in case we could not hold these immediate support levels. And initially, Bitcoin did end up holding the first Fibonacci level, coming in at around 66,500 US dollars. And Bitcoin briefly touched into a new all-time high, but I let you know in my last video that if we do not see a major candle close above the all-time high, then we're not really going to see the follow through, and we could be looking at some other important support levels to the downside. And below 66k, the main support levels that I was looking at was of course the 38.2% Fibonacci level, coming in at around 64 to 65k. But I said the most important Fibonacci level, which is the golden pocket, that was the level that I was expecting the most amount of support for Bitcoin, and that was coming in at around 62,000, just above 62k. And just zooming in here, you can see that Bitcoin bounced exactly off that level of support as expected, and I do expect that to remain as very strong support for Bitcoin moving forward. Obviously, it's not impossible for Bitcoin to break below that, but it'll just require a lot more sellers coming into the market to really push Bitcoin below that huge level of support. And if you're looking at the huge spike in volume that Bitcoin saw in that flash crash to the downside, that was the biggest 4-hour spike in volume for Bitcoin that we've seen for months, at least on this chart just here, which is the FEMEX chart, because obviously volume levels are different depending on what exchange you're looking at. But what we usually see when we see a pretty steep drop off and then a pretty big wick to the downside as we're running into major support and a major spike in volume, Bitcoin usually holds the bottom of the wick for quite some time. For example, back here during September, Bitcoin had a pretty steep flash crash, and what we can see here is that the bottom of the wick remained as a major level of support for quite some time. But one thing you'll also notice is that we didn't really see a speedy recovery out of that flash crash, and so that's kind of what I would be expecting moving forward. Not exactly what we saw back in September, but just a little bit of a slower recovery. I wouldn't necessarily expect a V-shaped recovery. For example, just 3 weeks ago, we obviously had a pullback to the downside, and that actually lasted for around a week before we started the recovery. So it's definitely important to have patience in the market. And as far as my Bitcoin strategy goes, I use these short-term pullbacks as buying opportunities, because if you're looking at the longer-term trends, like on the daily chart, which we will get into in just a moment, we are still in a major uptrend on the big picture. And staying on the 4-hour chart for Bitcoin, but looking on this chart just here, as you can see, we've got this previous range of resistance, which is now flipped into support. This is coming in between 63,000 and 65,000 US dollars, and currently Bitcoin is still holding above that range. So obviously that is a good sign to see. And another good sign to see is the fact that the RSI and the MACD are having a nice cool off right now, which is giving us more room to the upside later on, because as you can see here, when Bitcoin initially hit around 68,500 US dollars, the 4-hour RSI was in overbought territories, saying that we were overheated and we'll do for a little bit of a pullback. And so all of this is exactly what we need in order to sustain a healthy uptrend. Otherwise, if we were to just continue going straight to the upside, then we'd get way too overheated too quickly and the uptrend would fizzle out. And in that case, we would have a more severe pullback. But anyway, if you're looking at the room to the downside, we still have some room to go for the RSI and the MACD. The MACD is still trending to the downside. And if you're just looking at the trajectory of the RSI on the 4-hour charts right now, it will take us another 2 days approximately before we start entering into oversold territories. And anytime we see the RSI in oversold territories, those are usually the times where we're most likely going to see a bottom and a bounce back to the upside. But one thing that we need to be paying attention to is a warning signal right now on the daily time frame. Obviously, we are still playing out this huge cup and handle pattern on the daily chart, which is a bullish pattern. And for the new viewers on the channel, the technical price target for this pattern is coming in at around 79,000 US dollars. But obviously, don't expect Bitcoin to hit that price target overnight. That's going to take a little while, because just zooming in a little bit closer, what we can see here is a giant bearish divergence forming on the daily charts. As you can see here, we've got a high and a higher high in the price, but a high and a lower high in the RSI high on the daily chart, which is a bearish divergence. And what it basically means is this uptrend so far on the daily chart is starting to lose a bit of its bullish momentum. So basically, this is one of the first signs of potential weakness in this uptrend, which can mean one of two things. Either we're going to be range bound in some sort of consolidation range, or we could enter a little bit more of a correction for the Bitcoin price before we continue this uptrend later on. Because keep in mind, a bearish divergence doesn't necessarily cancel the uptrend. For example, back here during August, we saw multiple bearish divergences forming on the daily time frame for Bitcoin. We were constantly seeing higher highs in the price, and pretty much that whole time we were seeing lower highs in the RSI. And so once again, that was a sign of weakness in the uptrend, showing that we were starting to lose that bullish momentum and perhaps due for a bit more of a correction. But keep in mind, we saw around 3 or 4 different bearish divergences before we finally saw a correction. But even though we had a decent correction during the month of September, simply zooming out and looking at the big picture, we were still remaining in a daily uptrend. We never once broke into a new lower low on the daily charts, and this single bearish divergence by itself is just not strong enough to do that, especially with all of the other bullish signs that we have, for example, this cup and handle pattern, and not to mention the inflation numbers that have just been released, which by the way, right now, the official inflation rate of the US dollar, according to the consumer price index, is sitting at 6.2%, which for any of you that might be new to this, that is extremely high, because what that basically means is if you have dollars in a bank account earning no interest right now, at the current inflation rate right now, you are losing 6.2% every single year on your savings. And that brings us to this chart just here, which is the consumer price index for all items in the US. This is on the daily line chart, by the way. The green line is the consumer price index, and this red line down here is an indicator called the rate of change. And when you're looking at the rate of change indicator on the consumer price index, that's basically the inflation rate that we're talking about. And this indicator has not been updated with the new data. So right now it's telling us that inflation is at around 5.6%. But as I just mentioned, the official inflation rate right now is actually 6.2%. And if you're looking at the rate of change over the past 40 years, since the early 1980s, right now we are seeing the highest inflation since the early 1980s. So pretty much over the past 40 years, we have never seen higher inflation as what we're seeing right now, which is definitely something to pay attention to because this is not normal. For example, looking at this rate of change indicator around the 2008 global financial crisis, this was suggesting an annual inflation rate of around 4.5%, nearly 5% per year just before we saw the GFC. And then we saw inflation plunge into negative territory, also known as deflation. And just a quick disclaimer, the numbers that we see in the rate of change aren't 100% accurate, so they could be off by a little bit, but they generally give us a good sign of what inflation is doing. And so if we're seeing higher inflation right now compared to the run-up leading up towards the global financial crisis, the most severe recession that we've seen since the Great Depression, once again, this is a big deal and something definitely to pay attention to. While we are seeing the high inflation, this is extremely bullish for prices of just about anything. But if we ever reach a point where this inflation stops and we start coming back to the downside, for example, if interest rates start rising, then that could be severely damaging for a lot of markets, including crypto. But keep in mind, this is on the big picture, looking over decades of price action. So these things take quite a while to play out compared to what we're used to in crypto. But once again, it is definitely something that I am paying attention to right now. And by the way, if you want to get extra real-time updates throughout the day, just like this, definitely make sure you follow me over on my Twitter. The link to my official Twitter is in the description down below. But that is it for this video. If you enjoyed or got something valuable out of this video, make sure to leave a like down below. And if you're new to the channel, be sure to subscribe with notifications turned on for more updates just like this every single day. And right now, there's never been a better time to share these videos around with your friends and family to get everyone involved in this amazing opportunity that we are seeing right now. And as always, I really do appreciate all of your support in the channel at the moment. I can't thank you guys enough. And before you click off, make sure you're checking out one of these uploads if you haven't already. I've got a trading tutorial video showing you how I trade crypto and a passive income video showing you how I earn passive income every day in the crypto markets. But anyway, that is it for this video. I really hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you all in the next video.